Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. I will leave the information like the decks and the dice below. Beyond that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below as well. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? Is this going your way or not your way? Knight of Cups at the end there. I'm worried about the situation. You got the Knight of Cups, though. What is that leading to? It's starting with the Ace of Swords. What does that mean for Gemini? Whatever this was, you were not in it by yourself. I feel like I was lumped in with a group of people, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like how I was lumped in with a group of people. I didn't care for that. I almost feel like somebody was purposely blocking me from information. Can I get a little bit more on that? So, I got the Chariot and I got the Ten of Swords also with it, which is also making me feel like I was on the outs. And there's certain people who were on the in, and I was not one of them. Which is interesting, because it reminds me of, like, people will hang out with me, people will talk with me, but when it comes to, like, the cool parties or something, or, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you have a group of friends and when they want you, you're there, but, like, if they're going to go and hang out somewhere, they don't invite you. They're like, oh, we didn't think you'd want to go, even though they're just like that. Does that make sense? It's like there's some really cool things, and they'll invite you to some things and not others. One of those things. Okay. I feel like I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. But this situation, I feel like it bothers you more than not. You got the Ten of Swords at the bottom. I feel like the situation, it never settles correctly. It never feels like, I never feel like really stable with it. I never feel like people are really as good to me as I am to them. Can we get a little bit more about that? The point of this reading is to change this energy if we can. I don't know if I fit here, but there's constant stress. And I don't know if I fit somewhere else either. I feel like that's another thing. You are constantly putting in the effort. You are constantly trying. Other people are just not playing nice with you. Three of Pentacles, infinite possibilities, infinite abundance. Infinite abundance. You're putting in the work, though. Even the scene here on infinite abundance, they're putting so much effort in getting those apples and taking care of the apples and gathering the apples, and there's a lot of benefits to the situation, and you are doing everything you can to be a part of it and participate in the best way you can, but you're not being honored correctly. And I keep seeing this, I'll show it. Seven of Swords in the environment, I feel like you're being ignored or something. Okay. They're kind of edging for you to choose a different way to handle this. Okay. Choose a different way to handle this. Because whatever this is, and you'll most likely notice it before everybody else, the Wheel of Fortune is going to show up. And there's going to be a lot of things that you can do with that. Especially because I think you're going to see it before other people see it. You're going to see this coming your way, and you're going to be like, oh, this is going to affect the whole group of us. And they don't seem to see it just yet, but you do. Something that would not improve the situation, see where it goes, is to take control and let everybody know what's going on, to take the initiative to like give everybody the heads up. That would not help you, because I feel like they're already kind of taking you for granted anyway. Okay, that's weird. But let's see what, because like this other card is very, it's very similar but different. Partial healing with the Four of Swords coming in like this. This is the Knight, the Knight of Swords, and then Fellow Travelers. And then the Moon card reversed. There's other people who feel like you do. I feel like you know who those people are. So it's like if the group of people so say there's 15, 20 people who hang out, and maybe there's 5 or 6 of you who always get left out of the really good things. Work with those people. The other people who get left out. And work with them privately. You're being ignored anyway, so I don't think it's going to be that difficult. To go forward and plan what you want to happen with this Wheel of Fortune energy coming forward. If you just center your attention on that, it seems to elevate the situation for you. I don't think it's malicious. I don't know if it sounds malicious, but it's kind of like, if these people don't look out for you over here, like of the 15 to 20 people, those people who just like, they go have a good time and they don't include you, not telling them, not going out of your way to tell them what you're seeing, there's nothing malicious about that, because they don't look out for you either. But the other people who feel like you feel and feel like they get left out, bringing them together with you and focusing your energy on moving forward, it will be a little bit haphazard for some reason. Maybe some of them will spill the beans to these other people. I wouldn't worry about it for some reason, because I don't think they're going to take it seriously. And this does raise your energy, and this does help things go better for you. There's going to be this moment where things just jump forward very easily. It's going to change the social structure of the situation. I do feel like part of the problem, or not problem, part of the hard part is accepting that certain people, you value certain people more than they value you. And going through this process, I feel like you're going to see that more. I'm just seeing, this is a long time ago. I just remember going to do something without the group a long time ago. And then somebody who I thought was my friend basically threw me under the bus and said, oh, I don't care. I only hang out with them when they benefit me. Something Like, we used to play video games or something together. And when I went and did something without them, they just kind of, you know, poo-pooed it. Like, well, I don't really care for them anyway. I just hang out with them when they do this for me. It was something like that. And I remember that being a hard moment because I feel like the truth might come forward about somebody that you feel like maybe likes you more than they actually do. Through this process, that's going to come forward. And that could be emotionally upsetting. But also, it's also very freeing. It's not going to be a moment you enjoy at first, but once you see it for what it is, you're going to make sense of it and you're going to move on from it. It might distance you from a toxic energy that you're not really seeing as toxic at the moment. Because the world coming in is kind of like, once it's like they clearly don't value you the way you value them, I feel like it's easy to let that go and move on. New things always come back in for Gemini. There's a lot of healing that could come in here by doing this. This could go a lot better for you. The situation could be a lot more enjoyable for you. There will be changes, and these changes may be a lot quicker than you expect. Once somebody's on the outs, do yourself a favor. Once you see them, make sure you continue to see them for who they are. Because when you start going your own way and you stop letting these people do this to you and you start distancing yourself from this, the more you reduce that toxic energy around you, the more you flourish. And I feel like it's one of those things where if they weren't your friend before, it doesn't mean you have to be hateful towards them. It doesn't mean that at all. But like, they didn't value you before, they're probably not going to value you in the future. Let them go their own way. We don't need to cause problems for them. They are who they are. But if they weren't going to value you in the past, let them stay in the past. Because I do feel like people are going to try to schmooze up to you. They're going to try to get on your good side. You have something that they want, which when I see this, it's they don't want to be included in what you have. They want to take what you have. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you show up to the picnic with a cake. They don't want to have a slice of that cake. They want to take that cake and they want to play it off as if it's theirs. That's what they want to do. They don't want to share in your joy. They want to steal your joy. They want to remove it from you and take it for their own. So take it with a grain of salt. It's the devil card here. Take it with a grain of salt. Readings for entertainment purposes only. The rainbow blessings is to say, once you see them for who they are, do yourself a favor and remind yourself who they are. Doesn't mean we have to be malicious to anybody, but like, okay. And in fact, I feel like if you watch how they treat other people, they're not really selective with it. They treat everybody that way, sooner or later. So, all right. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.